All right, welcome everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to the live stream. I'm going to dig right into this. I'm going to get through kind of my spiel on the subject of the Cosmere reading order and the ultimate superlative version thereof. And then I will entertain your questions, comments, rage, your rage comments, all of that stuff. But essentially, let's start here, okay? With this, this was a meme that I think Jafu shared on Discord after I told everybody what the subject of today's live stream was. How reading orders proliferate, and this is very, very true. And I am not going to be adding to this particular meme today. Okay, so yes, there are a million different competing reading orders. We are not adding to that today. There is an existing order that is better than all of the other ones, okay? All right, so just that, you know what? Maybe what we should do is just start with the correct one, and then we can talk about some other ones. What I don't want to do is imply in any way that your preferred reading order or that somebody else's preferred reading order is bad. There are a lot of really, really good Cosmere reading orders out there, but there is one that rules them all, okay? All right, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I just want to make sure I pull up the right page here. Okay, so now, with that in mind, let's go ahead and we're going to, we'll remove that for now. Okay, let's pull up the camera. Okay, so we've got, I hope this works out. Yep, looks like this is where we're going to be setting up our, let's do, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to walk over here. And so now I'm like, I'm a real presenter. I've got a dual cam setup and everything. How fancy am I? I hope you guys can still hear me, by the way. You should still be able to. The other one is still in the mix, and that's where the camera's going. So, hopefully, Elantra's first. Anything else is bollocks. Nice. Okay, so let's pull in some Cosmere books here. We're going to pull from the Cosmere shelf and start putting things in order. I have no idea, by the way, if this table is long enough to hold the entire Cosmere. But we're going to find out. Okay. Oh, good. I do have a hardback of that one. All right. Here we go. This is a lot of pages, Brandon. You can calm down. Jeez. Okay. And you know what? I'm just going to pull in one of the white sands to stand in for all of them. Okay. So there's that. We've got... I think we've got everything. If I'm missing anything, you guys can tell me, or well, I mean, we'll know from the reading order, and then you can yell at me in a moment. Okay, so let's pull up our reading order and hope that I can read that. Now, here's the tricky part, because I'm going to order it from start to finish, but when we talk about things like oh gosh, what's the, like Hope of Elantris or whatever, those are all, like all the short stories and novellas, not all, but most of them are going to be found in Arcanum Unbounded. So this is going to have to be kind of a floater. When it comes to the short stories and whatnot, we're going to have to just imagine that those are involved. All right, I need a couple of these. Got bookends. All right. Let's get started. Who said Elantris should be first? You're correct. Elantris should be first. All right, we're going to use this just to... Hardbacks tend to stay up okay, but just to make sure that it doesn't fall over. Okay, Elantris should go first. Now, let's go over here. This part is very, very easy. Mistborn comes next. There you go. Your Mistborn trilogy, all right? I don't want to hear any arguments. We'll argue in a moment. All right. Then comes Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is, buried under all this other stuff. Warbreaker. Oh, here, let's get that out of your way. Okay, Warbreaker. I think then we do the Way of Kings. Are you guys noticing a pattern yet? You should be noticing a pattern. Alloy of Law. Okay, got to check my list again, make sure I'm doing this the right way. All right, next comes, am I crazy? Yeah, no, that's right, that's right. Next comes The Emperor's Soul. Okay, I know that's it's going to be hard to know what that is, but that's The Emperor's Soul. Comes after the Alloy of Law. Then we have, yeah, there's some more short stories that we want to throw in there, but after The Emperor's Soul, let's do our next Stormlight book. We've got Words of Radiance. Okay, Words of Radiance. I really need to blow this up so I can just see it better from all the way over there. I don't know if I'll be able to. Okay, yeah, maybe that'll work a little better. All right. We need, I wish I had a standalone copy of Shadows for Silence, but I don't. So that'll be in there. Then we're going to go for Shadows of Self. Okay. After Shadows of Self, Bands of Mourning. Oh, that's right, because they were published, I think, the same year. Would that have been like 2000? Who am I? What would that have been, like 2015, 16, something like that? Okay. After that, we've got, well, we need to throw Mistborn's Secret History in there. And by the way, I'm not going to spoil any of this stuff, okay? So none of this will include spoilers for any of these stories. We're not going to talk about any of that. Okay, let's do, you know what? After that, you can throw White Sand in there. Now, White Sand was not all published at the same time, but we're just using one of those copies to stand in for all of them. I think that's fair. We've got Edge Dancer, but again, that's in Cosmere Unbounded, or whatever, Arcanum Unbounded, so we're going to leave that aside for now. We'll do Oathbringer, and then same with Dawn Shard. We're going to throw Rhythm of War on there, and then the Lost Metal, and then again, Arcanum Unbounded, kind of, it is its own thing. Okay, so there we go. There's our order. So I think some people already spotted it, what our order is, because I saw some comments there. So let me pull this back up here. Oh, you know what? That camera is like kind of terrible, isn't it? That's, well, whatever. It's a little better. Okay, let's pull me back in here. All right, here we go. Pub order, solid. This is it, okay? This is the definitive end-all, be-all. This is the reading order. The best. This is the best reading order. And I have... Taylor's not a fan. Taylor's not a fan. But we are going to be talking about this. Let's see. No, she says. No, says Taylor. Yes, says Brett. Yeah, publication order is the best reading order. There is one way that you could flip these and I'd be okay with it. And that is, like, if you took Elantris, you know, I feel strongly that Elantris is a really good book. I know some people don't feel that strongly or that way at all. But if you wanted to put Elantris after Mistborn, I would be okay with that. But you move it much further into the reading order, and I am going to jump off that train. So I'm okay with moving Elantris back a little bit, but not very far. All right, and we'll talk about some other reading orders, but there you go. Josh is late. Explain it all again. Not the best, but the bestest possible. I don't know what that means exactly. But here's the thing. Yeah, it's a release order is a perfectly valid reading order. The thing for me is, if we're talking about a Cosmere reading order, we're not talking about a specific recommendation. You know, somebody comes to you and they say, hey, I want to try a Brandon Sanderson book. And you say, here, maybe, well, now let's, can we, oh, well, yeah. Somebody comes to you, they say, I want to try a Brandon Sanderson book. They're not asking about the Cosmere. They're not saying, hey, I want to dive into this giant world. And so in that case, if you're making a very specific one book recommendation to somebody, and you know that person, and you're like, you know what? I think you're going to love Warbreaker. Try Warbreaker. Give it a shot. Totally valid. But if we're talking about the Cosmere reading order per se, like, you know, somebody says, I want to dive into the Cosmere. Great. Publication order is the best way to do it, because the journey is going to follow the reveals, and the whatever, I guess, the Sanderlanches and the reveals and the twists and turns and all that. They're going to follow along with all of those the way that we all did. And so there are arguments to be made that all the series need to be read together. I hate switching between series. Well, that's a personal choice. I'm just saying that the best option for the most people is going to be publication order. All right, so with that in mind, let's see what you guys have to say about this. Fancy. I think Brett's talking about my 2-camera setup, because I am very, very fancy like that. All right, and so, yeah, by the way, now at this point, I'm moving on from my kind of spiel on this, so that I wanted to get that all out of the way, so that if anybody came to the video later, they could get it all within 10 minutes or so. But Taylor, if you're here, if you haven't thrown your laptop across the room in disgust, or broken your phone, or thrown it in the toilet or something, then I'm curious what you think the best order is. And we're going to talk about Drew's reading order, the Inking Out Loud, official Inking Out Loud reading order, whatever. But I want to see what you guys have to say first. Let's see. The problem is, says Joshua, you're always going to have people who have trouble doing it all in one big go and will want it broken down by series to some extent. And that's fine. It's like the only trouble with this is that, like, if somebody says, I love the Stormlight Archive, I read The Way of Kings, and I'm just going to, like, devour this whole thing because I'm loving the Cosmere and I want to get into it. Well, they're going to, as you guys know, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything specifically, but they're going to run into things after a little while in the Stormlight Archive that they're not going to understand as well, that may spoil other series in some way. So you run into a mess with things like that. That's why I like the publication order, because we folks who have loved the Cosmere for a long time got these reveals as they came in that order. That is how we read them, for the most part. Obviously, if you came to it in the last few years, then maybe it was a little bit different. But for those who, for those like me, I mean, I read Elantris when it came out, very shortly after. Back then, Brandon was a local author. Like, that was basically as far as it went. Like, he's a Utah author, and I lived in Utah. So here's this new guy on the scene. Give him a shot, and I loved it. I've been reading him ever since. So that could be a little different. Okay, generally I agree with this, says Taylor. I think it can be better optimized. Oh, interesting. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do Taylor's order here, okay? So let's come over here, see if I can, yeah, I think I can see it now. All right, so Taylor's reading order would be Era 1. Okay, so she does say start with Elantris, oh, and then Warbreaker. And I know it's Elantris. I just don't care. It's Elantris. Okay, because I'm an uncouth American. Thank you very much. White Sand in any order. Okay. I think that's what that means, WS, White Sand. Oh, and then bring in the Wave Kings. Okay. Where's Mistborn in all this? Oh, wait. Oh, is that supposed to be... Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, my mistake. Era 1 would be Mistborn Era 1. So you're saying start with Mistborn Era 1. Fair enough. And then we go through Elantris, Warbreaker, White Sand in any order. I see what you're saying. Okay. My apologies. Okay. And then, let's see, Wave Kings. Good. Alloy of Law. I think we've got that in there. Alloy of Law. Yeah, good. We don't have Emperor's Soul in there, but we'll keep that with the Arcanum Unbounded. Okay. Let's see, Alloy of Law. TWOR. Words of Radiance. There is no the, by the way. Isn't that... It's interesting. And I doubt it's by accident, but there's no... Oh, and it's already in the right place. There's no the in Words of Radiance. Let's see. SOS. SOS, Shadows of Self. Oh, Oathbringer. Oh, okay. Ooh, you want Oathbringer before Bands of Mourning. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Oathbringer, Bands of Mourning. I gotta like point this camera down if I'm gonna have the comments up there, shouldn't I? Okay, maybe that's a little better. Okay. And then, where am I at? Oathbringer, Bands of Mourning. Oh, Secret History. So, you know what? Yeah, maybe it's like, okay, this is actually kind of publication order, right? Didn't that come out first? So we've got Arcanum Unbounded, Rhythm of War. Oh, Secret History, Rhythm of War, Lost Metal. Gotta throw the Lost Metal in there. But there you go. Anyway, fair enough. I like that. I wish it would do a little better job focusing, but I think these cameras are trained to focus on faces and not objects like that. Maybe I could fix it, but I'm not going to. Okay, there we go. So there you have it, folks. The Taylor Ramirez reading order. I think that's decent. Yeah, I think a lot of people just want to put Mistborn first because they find it to be stronger than Elantris, and that's fair. I do maintain that for your typical non-Brandon reader, if they come to Elantris first, they're still going to go, man, this is way better than most of the fantasy books I read. Pretty good. Okay. Putting my current order opinions in Discord chat. Well, that doesn't do me a lot of good there, Joshua. Okay. Oh, that's right, because you did it on Reddit. Okay, I forgot about that. Elantris, non-Araline. Is it? Yeah. I think Brandon says Elantris, doesn't he? Not that I care that much, honestly. Sorry, Brandon. I just, Elantris feels fine. Okay, there we go. Drew's is the best reading order I've seen, at least in terms of maximizing reveals. Although I'm pretty sure he recently said, yeah, they mess a bit with it. Yeah, he told me that too. And we can pull his up in just a moment here. Still haven't read White Sand, waiting for the omnibus. That's probably a good call. Oh man, is there some drama with the omnibus? Dromnibus. It's generally right. Yeah, okay. Go alphabetical. Okay, all right. Linnea wants to go alphabetical. Let's go alphabetical. Okay. Let's find out what that looks like. And honestly, I'm really upset that it's not doing a better job at focusing. But what if I put my face right here? Because yeah, you know what? I think that actually did it. Okay, alphabetical. This is going to take some doing here. Question: is this Mistborn or is this the Final Empire? I don't know. I'm just asking questions here, people. Just asking questions. The important ones. Okay, Elantris is pretty. That's a pretty low letter. Okay, Wave Kings is going to be pretty late. Rhythm of War will be fairly late. What do we got? Emperor's Soul will be pretty early. That'll go just after Elantris. The Lost Metal. Okay, we're going to go with, obviously we're throwing out the thes, yes. LMNO. Okay, so Oathbringer will go after that. What do we got here? Shadows of Self. That's going to go after Rhythm of War. Arcanum Unbounded. Okay, we're throwing Arcanum Unbounded at the beginning. This should be interesting. White Sand is going to be pretty late. That's actually after the Way of Kings. Get rid of that. That'll help. Okay, good. What do we have? The Bands of Mourning after Arcanum Unbounded. I'm going to call this the Final Empire, okay? Just for my own sanity's sake. We've got, the Well of Ascension, WE, is going to go between these two. Okay. Well of Ascension. Hero of Ages will go kind of with our F here. Warbreaker will go before Way of Kings. Okay. How am I Alloy of Law. A-L. Yeah, okay. That is our first. All right. Words of Radiance, W-O. It's going last. Okay. The Lost Metal. Oh, I think, is that it? I think we got it. Okay. This would be hilarious, honestly, if somebody read the Cosmere in this order. I mean, I would cry for them, but only after I was done laughing, because it would be hilarious. So there we go. There's your alphabetical order. I love it. Oh gosh. Can somebody get rid of the bot? Is there anybody who can get rid of the bot? I tried dealing with the bot, says Lady S. Okay, maybe I can pop in and do it myself. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, it wants me to watch commercials on my own live stream. That's hilarious. I'm not going to be able to do it there. Anyway. Okay. Here, guess I better bring myself back. Okay. Oh, good. Lady Sweden got to it. Thank you, Lady Sweden. Okay. Where are we at? Do you think publication order or timeline order will be better? Okay. That's a good question. Publication order or timeline order? All right, so let's go with timeline order. Do you mean like timeline within the Cosmere? Because I think we'd want to, basically, okay, so if we did that, that's a good one. We'll get to Drew's in just a moment. Okay, publication order or timeline order. And pull up my timeline order again. Okay, and that one is going to start with White Sand. Believe that comes first. No spoilers as to why, but I believe that comes first. And then come our Elantris books. Okay, we've got Elantris, and there's the Hope of Elantris, but we'll just throw the Emperor's Soul in there. And then I think the next one, I think Mistborn Era 1 comes next in the Cosmere timeline. So then we go Mistborn, and where's Well of Ascension? Okay, Well of Ascension, and then Hero of Ages is around here somewhere. Okay. Whew. All right, and then I believe after that we move to Warbreaker. Somebody tell me, go ahead and throw it in the chat if I'm kind of losing my mind here, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting this order right. Okay, sorry, that's Warbreaker. Let me double check on what comes up next. Oh, that's right, there is Shadows for Silence comes after that, but that's going to be in Arcanum Unbounded. So then we can move to Stormlight Archive. There's my Way of Kings. Words of Radiance, Oathbringer, and Rhythm of War. Then we're going to move to Mistborn Era 2. And you know what? At this point, it's like, if you haven't read Arcanum Unbounded, you probably should. Is there yeah, I think that's, well, no, we're going to put that after Bands of Mourning. Okay. Lost Metal. And so I think the only weird thing that I'm doing with this order, so that would be like chronological or timeline order. I think I'm getting that right. Let's see. Wasn't paying super close attention. That looks right. Okay, good. The only weird thing I've done in here is throw Arcanum Unbounded in the midst of all these Era 2 things, simply because it has Mistborn Secret History in there, and yeah, you're gonna want Bands of Mourning under your belt before you dive into that. So there you go. Okay, what else you got? Reading Secret History before Era 1 would be fascinating. I think it would be very, very confusing. My takeaway is Brandon likes to start books with W. He really does, doesn't he? Let's see, how many do we have? We've got Lost Metal, Words of Radiance, Way of Kings, Well of Ascension, Warbreaker. Wow, 4 of them. Jeez, yeah, that is a lot. Okay. Okay. Oh, you've got the order there. Okay. Well, should we talk about Drew's order? Let's talk about the official Inking Out Loud reading order. I trust Drew more than most people when it comes to Cosmere stuff. I trust him even more with Wheel of Time stuff, but whatever. Okay, let's throw this up here. Okay. Let's put that up. Okay, so I'm going to take this down and put this up. Okay, let's do the Inking Out Loud Cosmere reading order. There we go. And I just need to pull up his message. Oh, okay, good. I've got it right here on my phone. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so he wants to jettison Elantris from the beginning and do Mistborn Era 1 first. Okay, fair enough. Then we go to, well, the 11th Metal. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of, like, again, little things from Arcanum Unbounded that, when we're talking about essays, novellas, whatever, short stories, just whatever, there's some stuff in there. Like Hope of... he wants Elantris after that. Okay, so Elantris, and then Hope of Elantris, and Emperor's Soul. There we go. That little hardback is so just kind of sad right there, isn't it? Right. Emperor's Soul, and then Warbreaker. Oh, good. We're already in the right order. White Sand. All White Sand. Okay. Go right there. After White Sand, Shadows for Silence. Again, that's going to be in our Arcanum Unbounded. Mistborn Era 2, up through Bands of Mourning, including Allomancer Jack. Okay, so we're going to move these over. Okay. Allomancer Jack. And then, let's see, Mistborn Secret History. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. This represents Mistborn Secret History. Maybe there's some other stuff in there that you'll want to wait on. I don't know. And then, he's got Stormlight 1 through 2.5. Okay, so Way of Kings, Words of Radiance, and then I assume he means Edge Dancer? Yes. Sixth of the Dusk. So now we have to, like, move this guy over again. Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, great. Stormlight 3 and 4. And then the Lost Metal. And then, yeah. And then, as has been mentioned with the secret projects coming out next year, this is all going to get thrown for a loop. For those who want to try to, like, create the perfect reading order, it's all going to get thrown for a loop. But, okay, so here we've got, I think, a pretty good order. We've got, oh, wait, this is, yeah, that's the right way for you guys. Mistborn, it's okay. I feel weird with Way of Kings being that far in to someone's reading experience. Am I crazy about that? I guess one thing that this does do is it shortens the break between Era 1 and Era 2. This is so hard to do backwards. I'm glad I wasn't like a meteorologist on TV or something. So yeah, I don't know, Drew. I might have to, you know, pick a bone with you or something. Boy, that sounded wrong, but it's not bad. And it, you know, one thing that it does do is it kind of keeps the Stormlight Archive stuff relatively close together. I mean, yeah, I mean, we can keep that there because that's where we've got like Edge Dancer, for instance. So yeah, I'm trying to think if I see any like things that I dislike about it. One thing I do like is, and I think, I don't think I'm crazy for this, but I like taking, oh, there we go, Emperor's Soul, and separating it just a little bit from Elantris, because it is such a different story, and it is on the same planet, but it's such a different story that for me, I felt like the kind of cameos and Easter eggs from Elantris, they were a little more delightful with a little room, a little space between the two. But I don't know, that's not that big a deal. Just an odd personal preference. All right, well, there you go. Okay. There we go. Is Drew's order allowed to be displayed in any form besides iPhone, notepad, screenshot? Let's see what it is here. iPhone, notepad, screenshot. There you go. So is the next stream the order in which you trust people in all things Cosmere? There you go. Yeah. I don't even know where Brandon would go on that list. It's an interesting question. Where do we? There we go. Yeah, let's get that a little bit bigger. Okay. There you go. Timeline or publication order are the only two orders I go by. Well, we started with publication order because that is the one that I advocate for. If you have somebody who is coming fresh into the Cosmere and they are, you know, pretty determined to give it a good go, then publication order. Okay, the GEEK. FE. What's FE? Wait, am I crazy? What's FE? Did I miss an F somewhere? Am I crazy? There's an FE? What is FE? Oh, I'm losing my mind here, people. Somebody tell me. Oh, Final Empire. Thank you. Let's Final Empire. Gosh, let's see. This is the problem. Like, at a certain point, I love the Cosmere. We've covered it for years. I'm a beta reader, all this stuff, but I don't do this every day. Like, I don't live and breathe the Cosmere every day. And I feel like it's one of those things you have to do. Like, you know, anybody who grew up going to like Sunday school or something, pretty soon you develop these little shorthands and abbreviations for like, you know, books of the Bible or something like that. But it's like, after you do that week in and week out for 15, 20, 50 years, it's like, it's short, it's quick. But I'm just, for some reason, I'm not there with all these abbreviations. Most of them are fine. Way of Kings, Alloy of Law. Okay. Yeah, the AU, Arcanum Unbounded, is so hard to deal with. Drew versus Craig Throwdown. Thing is, Drew has like 3 inches on me, I think, maybe 4. He's pretty tall, but I'm stockier. and he plays hockey, but I watched a lot of Ninja Turtles growing up, so I feel like I've got a leg up. Call me crazy. Craig's preferred order will work with the SPs. Does that mean a win? I don't know what the SPs are. Oh, interesting. Drew's list is specifically made to catch Easter eggs, not necessarily be the best reading order. Okay, so me and Drew can be friends again because essentially what I'm going with is like the reading order for somebody new to the Cosmere, whereas perhaps Drew's reading order would be the best after you've finished the Cosmere up to this point and you want to reread the Cosmere, then you go with Drew's reading order and... Wait, is that... Yeah, I think that's still Drew's reading order. You go with Drew's, and that maximizes the fun on a reread. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Oh, secret projects. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, what did you say? Preferred order will work with the SPs. So does that mean when... Yeah, there you go. Exactly, all right? Yeah, you guys are all going to just absolutely lose your minds next year. I hope you're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Okay, cool. Well, there's our reading order. Yeah, I don't know. Any other... Should we put it back in pub order? Maybe let's put it back in pub order. And... Oops. Yeah, let's do that one. There we go. Okay. Okay. Back in the correct one. Oh, I just need my cheat sheet here. Okay. The correct reading order, just so that, you know, if anybody's coming in at the end and they're like, what was the verdict? This is the verdict. So yeah, we're going to do Warbreaker after that. We're going to do Wave Kings after that. Okay. Alloy of Law. After Alloy of Law, yeah, we're going to do Emperor's Soul. Okay. Words of Radiance. Cheat sheet, don't fail me now. Shadows for Silence, Shadows of Self. Okay, I think we've got that in the right order. Shadows of Self and Bands of Mourning. Oh, that's right, that was 2015 and 2016. But that was weird. It was like Shadows of Self was, I want to say it was like a November release, and then this was like a March release or something. Arcanum Unbounded is pretty much going to go at the end, just because. Bands of Mourning. We've got Secret History, Alamancer Jack, and then, yeah, I think these... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we're just going to put this at the end. Oh, wait, where did White Sand go? Because White Sand is in there somewhere. Dang it, now I got to go check my cheat sheet again. Okay. So White Sand is going to go after Oathbringer, which is fine. You know, and I'm going to put Arcanum Unbounded after Oathbringer as well. Okay. And that's, you know what, I think that's fair because of all of these, I think these two, Rhythm of War and Lost Metal, are the most obviously Cosmere saturated. And so making sure that you're through Arcanum Unbounded before that, you know, obviously it's got stuff from all this sprinkled through there, but there you go. There's your pub order. Oh wait, did I put the wrong thing up there? Oh, because I didn't hit the enter button. Ha. You guys, I'm very smart, okay? There we go, the correct one. Yeah, I wish it were a little clearer, but hey, you know what? We do the best we can around here, okay? All right. Yeah, I figured it out, okay? I'm very smart. I'm tech savvy. I feel that alphabetical was a strong contender for the win. Linnea is going to be thrilled. Let's see. AU is just before Oathbringer. Is that what I... Oh, did I put it... Oh, I do slightly wrong order. Fair enough. Thank you. All right. Yep. You're right. Oh, that's right, because it was when Edge Dancer came out. Good call. Good call. All right. So we'll call it there. The ultimate reading order is, in fact, publication order. Yeah, I know that's blurry, but oh well. That is the correct Cosmere reading order for a first-time reader. There. How's that? For a first-time reader. Talk about an agent of chaos. That would be hilarious, honestly. Okay. Well, everybody, thanks so much for hanging out for a little while for today's live stream. It was, I feel like we've accomplished something here today by, how do we get rid of this? I feel like we've accomplished something by definitively saying that publication order is the best for a first-time reader. And if Drew wants to come argue that his is the best, I will say great for a rereader. Great. But pub order. Thanks, everybody. Let's see. I think we can all agree the right order is the one we didn't take ourselves. That's right. The grass is always greener. Okay, thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys all.